welcome back to Minecraft with me, Sid, on the Titanium Gaming server, and I forgot to put my clothes on, so let me correct that quickly. Okay, spawn is back to its pre-Halloween decoration glory, not a vine nor a cobweb in sight, and if I had known how long it was going to take me to strip all those vines and cobwebs out of this place, I wouldn't have bothered. I really wouldn't have bothered. Yeah, it took ages. The cats have got their heads back on, giant zombies gone, giant witches gone, giant everything's gone. So we're back to how we were before, and I'm going to just go to my outpost. Oops, wrong outpost. Bad outpost. Come on, teleport me out of here before those swines notice me. Better. Okay, oh, except for the fact my spawn point is set several feet above the floor now. Okay, so I've basically come out into the ocean. I've claimed a 10 by 10, well actually slightly bigger area of the land with Townie. And I'm starting to dig down these 2 chunks worth of stone, pretty much all the way down to Y6. I'm at Y41 at the moment, so got quite a way to go, but I do want to dig it out. Now this is going to be where I'm going to make my mob farm. Using Townie to claim the plots means I don't have to light the caves up around the area, but the 2 chunks that I'm going to allow the mobs to spawn in will require something to stop mob spawning, except for where I want them to, which is why it's going to be a lot easier if I dig it out all the way down and then build the mob spawner in this space. You'll notice I've got my sponges out. Lovely sponge, great stuff, pardon me. And I've been digging down so far, and you know, got a fair bit of gubbins out of here. This is not all of it by any means, so I'm going to be recording everything I get into these chests here, and we'll see what we've got after that, so I'll be back later. Okay, well, it's taken a while. It's taken more than a while, to be honest. It's taken several whiles. To be honest, I couldn't tell you exactly how many hours, but several. Anyway, got a sort of dross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cobbles, chests of stone. This is the valuables, so just shy of 3 stacks of iron, bit of gold. The coal, lapis, all of this lot was with Fortune 3, so yeah. So if you ever get asked to whether you prefer strip mining or caving or quarrying, this is what you get from, and I've just come down and I didn't get what I wanted. This is what you get from 2 chunks worth of quarrying. So if you're after stone, absolutely fine, no problems whatsoever. But if you're after valuables, ores and metals and stuff, this is not as efficient. So now I've got down to, I think it was Y5 or Y6. Let's have a look. Y5. I remembered why I don't like working at Y5. Oops. This bloody particle effect. So I think I am going to bring myself up to about Y9 or 10. I'm going to put a layer of fill this up, fill this back in, I know, back up to Y10, and then that should give us plenty of space still to work without being too dark, because the darkness level down here is just horrendous. Um, I was actually pretty lucky. I didn't really find much in the way of lava. I think you can see just up, well, no, from down here you can't, but there was a pool here. There was a pool came out there. That was like a ravine, and there was a pool further up about halfway. So I was pretty lucky when it came to things. So I'm going to build this floor up because this level we've still got the particle effects. Still dark. Still dark. What we at now? Y9, still a bit dark. Y10, maybe Y9. I don't think I can cope with the idea of having to fill all of that back in again. But there we go. Such is life. Anyway, I shall be... Ooh, Mr. Block. Oops. Anyway, I'll be right back once I've done that. Okay, we've raised it up. We are now on... Oops, didn't mean to take a screenshot, meant to do that. Y10. And I've marked out the middle. Now, I only want a one drop for this. So I'm just going to first off start with a crafting bench. Oh, and I used most of the stone up, well, practically all of the stone up that I brought down with me, so let's go grab some more. So, the mob farm I'm going to build is probably about the simplest mob farm you'd be able to build. I can't think of anything much simpler, short of building a dark box and then opening it up periodically, you know, similar to Skyden style. And but because, as I say, we're working on Townie, we've got one big advantage over normal mob farms, and that is we can claim an entire chunk. Right, that should do me. I'll keep it simple, so I'm going to have that, bunk, that, and that. So this is going to be my drop zone. It wants to be 23. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Right, let's see how good these boots of feather falling are. Whee! Pretty good. One, two. So I'll get these built up to the required height. So as I was saying, yeah, we don't have to go and faff around lighting up all the caves, because I can tell which plots are going to allow mobs to spawn and which ones aren't. Doo-doo. So, as I say, I've claimed out 10 chunks that way, 10 chunks that way, 10 chunks that way, 10 chunks that way in a square. Those plots will all be mob spawning off, and this plot and this plot will be mob spawning on. So the only areas I need to control mob spawning in is these. So that's a 23 drop. So from here we're going to go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there. So that's going to be that way. Dog's dreaming next to me there. I don't know whether you can hear her grumbling, but she's been absolutely mad tonight. First time I've had the chance to record. It's gone midnight, because of course we're approaching bonfire night here. That's 8, 9, 10. Oh, what am I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Bonk. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been bonfire night here approaching, and that means that fireworks are now available in the shops. People are having parties, it's the weekend, and unlike a normal dog that would sit there and hide under the table and whimper, oh no, not our dog. Bobby wants to go out. Bobby wants to go out and bark at the fireworks. And if you don't let her out to bark at the fireworks, she sits inside and grumbles and barks because she wants to go out to bark at the bloody fireworks. So needless to say, when you're wanting to do a bit of recording, the last thing you want is a mad dog barking at bloody fireworks. Yeah. Okay. Let's just grab some more of that. I'm probably going to need... Did I leave my... I left my letters up there. Oh well. We'll live for now. Bonk. Just take this up here. I'm going to need some wood as well, which I didn't bring any with me. I was kinda half hoping to bump into a mine shaft, because that way you can get free wood. But no such luck. Right, and the other thing I'm going to need is an infinite water source handy. So we'll get on that. We'll get one of these platforms built first. Man, you get through stone quick. Okay, so that's you two. That's the drop point. And then you're going out. Let's go. Let me make sure I get this right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. I'm not going to do all of this on camera because, needless to say, it will be boring. But we'll try and get that and that with 3 high platform there. So this will be spawning pad. I'm going to put a half slab in the middle of each. You're going to have 4 spawning pads per layer. They're going to have water running all the way around them down into this central drop. That will drop down here. Water down here will drop them down here. Sign obviously to trick them. Sign here to trick them. They'll fall down here. Bang. Into there. Be left with a very small amount of life. I'll have that blocked off just so I can see in there and maybe a step down. And I sit there and pummel them. So they drop their loot and their XP. Now I may, because I'm 10 up, I may put in a extra piston to pull out there to drop them down the extra 3 or 4 down there and have like a hopper system to collect the loot, so I can AFK loot collect. It's not a bad idea, I suppose. Well, I don't think it was a bad idea, but I think the gods may disagree with me. Anyway, I'm going to get this spawning pad done and get some of the things done that I need, and I will be back once we've got that done. See you in a moment. Okay, so this is the basic spawning cell. Nothing particularly clever to it. There we go, just a sign there. 4 water sources. Mob spawns in there. Spiders can't spawn because of the half slab. And we go down, and oh, the run down here. And plop. Done. fall to their doom. And I'll put the ladders on the side so I can continue getting up there. So yeah, you can probably, I don't know whether you can see why I want to put it underground. Actually, there was no good reason to putting it underground. I could have built this on the surface quite happily. I just want to stick it in the ocean underground. What more reason do I need? So there'll be probably 5 levels of this on each side, giving me 40 spawning pads of thing. That's 8, 16, 20, 32, 32 times 8, 320. 320, that's 64, so it's about 254 spawning spaces, and they will be the only spawnable spaces in the chunks we're in. Now, because we're multiplayer, we will not probably get the same spawn rates that we might do on a single player server or single player world. So if you are intending to build this in SSP, you're going to need to light up the area around it, or half slab the area around it, or whatever, depending on whether you're doing super flat. But you will get better rates, spawn rates out of it. So I suppose, pardon me, the next thing to do is get the other side done. In fact, probably get all of them done and built up. So I'm going to get on with those, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, we have encased the drop area, I've got my infinite water source down here, in stone, and there's a good reason for this. I've also half slabbed all of this area, got the second half done and 2 levels in, but then I got to realising something. When I get the 3rd level in, I'm going to be actually breaking sea level. Boom. So I've got 2 levels of spawn pads in, and the next level I'm hitting sponges, and you can see I'm already here. Now when these sponges vanish and I update the blocks, water source blocks above them, water's going to start flooding down here, which is going to be a little bit problematic, shall we say. So what I am going to do, for starters, oops, I was going to grab that one, is I'm going to stick a sponge here. I need a sponge, give me a sponge. And a sponge there, so that will give me a nice air bubble up here to work in while we get things sorted. Obviously the ladder will give me a nice air bubble. I half slabbed the floor because I realised there is a good chance that this water, even if it goes down there, may not cover the entire floor, so there may be spawnable blocks down there, so I thought better to be safe than sorry. So now to continue on and put the next layers in, so I'll be back in a little while. Yeah, but it was pretty much as I expected. The water flow has come down, but because there are obstructions in the way, it's not filled the room, so there are areas that are or would have been spawnable otherwise. However, let me just double check that I have lit up this bit okay. The one spawnable area that I didn't think of course, was the bit that will probably be going out eventually, but it's this. Pardon me again. Right, so let's turn it on and see what kind of spawn rates we get. So if you look there, at the moment our entities are 3, which will be squid, no doubt. So, plot, toggle mobs. Need to do the other side, which should be over here. Plot toggle mobs. Let's have a look, see what kind of numbers we're getting. 12, 13, 15. Still not. Is anybody else on? No. Not as high as I would have been. Oh, there's our first drop. Not as high as I would. I probably need to check the configs on the server, see what our mob cap is, but and some of them have, quite a few of them have died in fact. Oops, I just realised. I'd left that open. But needs a little tuning. But that's reasonable if I was to AFK for a while here. Got 56 entities up there now. Is that a bad... Oh. Good point. Not a problem yet. But with the next release, Babby Zombies are going to get... One of the reasons I actually wanted to build this, how the hell did they explode through the walls? One of the reasons I wanted to build this was when 1.72 comes along, of course, we're going to have witches, so we now have to faff around. Oh, 30 levels. Did enchant something. Okay, I'm going to turn the mobs off. And entities should now be back to a reasonable level. Yep. So we can trundle up the ladders and see what's happened up here. Nothing complicated, I don't think. It's certainly no miracle of engineering. Oop. But you basically got 5 levels, like I said, of spawning pads each there. Nicely hidden from the surface, so they're not really imposing on anybody, whereas if this had been built on the surface it would have been quite horrendous. Whee. So next thing I want to do is just, or next thing I will do, which side did I put the ladder? Oh, there we go. Whee. And is to make it so I can do an auto collection mechanism at the bottom, and I also need to think about what I'm going to do about those damn Babby Zombies that can get through that hole now, and basically spruce up down here a bit and see what else we're going to do. So I'm going to pop back to there we go, back here, and we'll do a quick enchant. Nope. Bit of lag there. Post teleport performance issues. Hi Brian. Hi Brian. Did I fool you the first time? I did, didn't I? Yes. Good, you haven't pooped on the seat. Right. Onwards. Let's see if we can do better than... What did I get last time? I got a silt, was it? Knockback, I think it was. Knockback bloody 2. Which has got to be... Flame 1. Ooh. Oh well. Better than wasting the levels. I'll not get too excited though. Yeah, so I'm going to tidy up down there and have a look at maybe doing some things. I'm just going to check how long we've been going, but I'm guessing this is probably long enough for this episode. Hopefully get to do some more building around the town, and maybe if we can catch some people on. Hey Steve. Hi Steve. You're not much of a watchman, are you? I renamed the golem, by the way. The same name as my stepdad, Steve. Alright, yeah, so we'll get some more done on that, but until next time, this has been Sid, and see you later. Bye for now.